Hi, I'm Cantor Rob Menes, and this is your 5 Minutes of Torah. This week, we read Parashat Shoftim in the book of Devarim, Deuteronomy. Moses is recounting the laws for this new generation of Israelites prior to entering Israel. For most people, reading the Tanakh as the basis for the religion, these laws might seem quite strange, inasmuch as they detail the appointment of judges and the manner in which decisions must be made. Rather than focusing on the relationship between each individual and God, they focus on the way in which the community must operate. The way in which we deal with each other and the way in which we keep the law indicates our ability to draw closer to God. So how do we learn our ethical conduct? Well, many years ago, just as computers were becoming accessible to the public, I was told I had to use them. Not the personal computer, the big old IBM 360. Although I had a degree in science, I had studiously avoided wading into the world of brute force analysis. But I bit the bullet and took a course in Fortran, writing computer programs on IBM punch cards. And a strange thing happened. I realized that I had captured fire in my hands, that I now had a power that enabled me to figure out anything. This led me into a path of knowledge and awareness that I have never regretted. Years later, I realized there was another path that, given the right language and instruction, would open for me a much wider scope of knowledge, a deeper well that would quench my thirst throughout my life. It was Torah. And not simply the ideas of Torah, but the details, the language, the intimate feel of all those strange marks in the Chumash, the ability to chant Torah, which requires a deep and comprehensive understanding of the divinely inspired text, is the gift that keeps on giving. Sure, I had a bar mitzvah when I was 13, but as an adult, I realized I had been cheated out of the details, or at least put off, as adults do, saying, wait till you're older. As an adult, learning Torah, I started to understand the layers of meaning that give rise to Judaism. That the Torah holds the good and the bad, the right and the wrong, the strengths of leaders and their foibles. Learning to chant the Torah was simply the path leading into the depths, not the end point, but the beginning. The Adult Bnei Mitzvah class, which I'll be leading, will lead you down that path. It is the path which signifies that all things in Judaism are knowable with work. It is the path towards a two-pronged skill, providing you with the ability to read and study the foundational text, and providing the community with one more person willing to take the plunge into the well of knowledge. It's a weekly class for 4 months, with some in-person and some virtual lessons. The only prerequisite is an ability to decode, not translate, Hebrew. We will go over pronunciation, the key elements of trope, chanting, Shabbat service leading, and text interpretation. Resources will be available online, and a list of background sources will be given each week. Each week, the current Parasha will be discussed, as well as our place in the calendar. Each person's pace and ability will be respected, and we will chant the Torah and Haftarah. And there's one more thing which you will gain: a community. You will be part of the growing community of people who are not satisfied with the simple stories we might have learned as children. You will be learning and living Judaism as an adult, and engaging in conversations with others as committed to learning as you and I. In the end, you will honor the congregation with your blessing, and the congregation will honor you. Join me on this journey. Shabbat Shalom, Rob Menes.